Hey skaters, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia and today's video is going to be a footwork video. I know you love those footwork challenges, so we're going to get into it today. Now I'm going to teach you a basic 2-foot version of this footwork and the more challenging 1-foot version. Today we're going to be stringing together brackets and backward 3 turns. Now I have taught you both brackets and backward 3 turns previously, those forward brackets and backward 3 turns. So I'll post link to that forward bracket tutorial and the backward 3 turn tutorial down below in case you need to brush up on those skills. All right, so we are going to start with the 2-foot version of this move. So this move is going to go down the ice as we string it together. We're going to start with that 2-foot version again. So I'm going to be facing you the whole time. Okay, so my shoulders are going to check back and forth, but my body is going to face the same direction the whole time. Okay, so we're not turning all the way around at all. We're facing the same direction. I'm going to start going towards my right. Okay, and so I'm facing my right hand. I'm going to start with a forward 2-foot turn, so my toes are going to go into the ice and my heels lift. And now I'm going to do a backward 2-foot turn, so my toes are going to lift and my heels go into the ice. Okay, so I'm checking from my right hand to my left hand with each turn. Okay, so I'm going over my toes when I turn forward, and then over my heels when I turn backward. Over the toes, over the heels, over the toes, over the heels. So let's break this down into a little bit more detail. So the waist and checking action is really important, okay? So we're looking at one hand and you need to keep that core really engaged. Keep that belly button pulled back towards the spine. So every time we turn, we're twisting pretty hard in that waist and keeping that core pulled back. At the same time, you do not want to be doing this bend in the hips. You want to do it all in your knees and keep those hips right under you. Okay, so if you keep your hips under you, it keeps your shoulders in line with your hips. If you get your hips, if you bend in the hips, then your shoulders can swing around and it makes it a lot harder to effectively do this move. You're throwing your weight off of your center, right? So if your hips are engaged, your hips are tucked under and your knees are bent, then your shoulder and hip and foot can all make a nice line, right? But if you are doing the bend in your hips instead of your knees, my line is now lost. My shoulders are way out in front, my hips are out and back, so I'm not over my feet properly. So as you do this, keep that core engaged. You're going to twist and check, and you're going to keep those hips under you as well as you can, and use your knees to do the turns, okay? All right, so that's the posture. That's really important. And then as we do the turn, since we're on 2 feet, your feet can block each other. So the foot on the outside of the turn sneaks to the front. So right now I'm turning to my left, so my right foot's gonna sneak to the front a little bit. And now my right foot's gonna sneak to the back, okay? So I'm kind of leading with that right foot. I'm doing a turn to my left shoulder, leading with my right foot, turning to my right shoulder, leading with my right foot. Okay, so you have to determine which direction you're going. Now, if I was going the other way, then I would be leading with the other foot. So now I'm going towards my left shoulder and I'm leading with my left foot. So my left foot is always slightly in front of my right foot. And that allows me to do this move without my feet getting tangled on each other. So practice that move on 2 feet. All right, you want to get that motion, that timing down, that checking of your shoulders. And if you haven't learned brackets or back 3 turns, you can keep working on it on 2 feet. It's a great little footwork sequence. You know, it looks like you're doing a little shimmy for it, you know, like a can-can program or a swingy type program. All right, so if you're getting ready for any shows or competition, it's a great little footwork piece, even on 2 feet. But we're going to get into the 1-foot version. So this is a forward bracket and a backward 3 turn strung together. When I was first learning these, my coach used to try to make me do them all the way down the ice without putting my foot down. So I'm not going to do that today, but that was always the goal. I usually could do it, you know, after some work. Okay, so there's 4 different versions of this. Because there's 4 different forward brackets and 4 different backward 3 turns, you have 4 different ways of combining these together. And I want you to work on all of them. We're gonna start with a forward inside bracket and then a backward outside 3 turn. I'm gonna start on my left, but again, you're gonna practice this on both feet. So I'm gonna start skating on my left forward inside edge. Now the first bracket, since I'm doing a forward inside bracket, my free foot's gonna go in front of me, just at my toe, okay? Not really high, okay? You just want it in front, leading you. And my hands are gonna be facing the hip that I'm skating on, okay? So I'm in a little bit of a crisscross position. I'm gonna do my bracket, and my foot is gonna stay leading me, so now it's at my heel. Okay, so that was the bracket. Now I'm gonna do my back outside 3 turn. I'm gonna stay in this position, and 3 turn, okay? So what you're doing is you're flipping back and forth. You're doing your bracket followed by a 3 turn, okay? So we have a forward inside bracket, foot to the heel, back outside 3 turn, foot to the toe. And you're gonna just string them on in a little sequence. So with these 1 foot bracket 3 turn combos, your posture and your checking is extremely important. Just like the 2 foot ones, you need to be using your knees and not your hips. All right, if you use those hips, you're gonna swing around, your weight's gonna get thrown around, and you're not gonna be able to do more than 1 or maybe 2. Okay, bracket 3 turn, and you're gonna fall out of it. You also want that really tight control of your core and a strong check. So you're gonna keep those hands in the same place and rotate in between them. Remember, as you're traveling forward, your toe picks go in the ice to turn. As you're traveling backwards, your heels go in the ice to turn. The faster you do it, the smaller that motion will be, so you might not actually make contact with your toe picks, but you're gonna rock up to the front of your skate as you turn, okay? All right, so let's try this again. We're gonna, again, it's the left, forward, inside bracket, followed by right, back, outside 3 turn. It's not a big swoopy motion, so it might not feel like you're on an edge. It's kind of in a straight line, but you do wanna be aware of what edge you're supposed to be on. Okay, so I'm leading with my right hand. I'm on my left inside. My right foot is right under my hand, right in front of my toe. I'm gonna keep that hip under me, keep that core engaged. We're gonna bracket and then 3 turn, and then bracket and then 3 turn. Keep those hips under, have the motion happen in your waist, and just let the feet follow you around. Okay, twist the waist, check, 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 check. So we just did the left forward inside bracket followed by the left back outside 3 turn. Now we're gonna do the reverse. We're gonna do the right forward inside bracket followed by the right back outside 3 turn, okay? Same thing, same edge, different foot. So now I'm gonna be traveling towards my left hand. My left foot is in front of me at my toe. I'm on my right forward inside edge. Just gonna control that core. Check, 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 okay? You wanna keep those knees active, but the hips tucked under as best as you can. Twisting in the waist, going over the toes, over the heels, over the toes, over the heels. So there's the right forward inside bracket and the right back outside 3 turn. Now we're gonna do the opposite. So we just did the forward inside bracket, back outside 3 turn. We're gonna do the reverse of that. We're going to do the forward outside bracket, backward inside 3 turn. So as I said, there's 4 different versions. We've learned 2, we've got 2 more to go. So I'm gonna start on my right foot on that outside edge. Again, it's not a very steep outside edge, it's a pretty straight line that we're creating with these. Since I'm on my outside edge now, I'm gonna put my foot at my heel. So instead of at the toe with the insides, it's at the heel following us with the outsides. So my hands are still the same. I'm gonna check those arms really strong, still using the knees instead of the hips, but this time my bracket is gonna go outside to inside, and then my 3 turn goes inside to outside. So my foot stays at the heel for the bracket, heel to toe, toe to heel for the 3 turn, okay? So forward outside bracket, heel to toe, backward inside 3 turn, my foot goes toe to heel, okay? So it's always staying on that side. It stays over, my free foot stays on that side. All right, so one more time with those forward outside brackets. So I'm gonna be on my left, forward, outside edge, foot at the heel. I'm gonna do a bracket. That means I'm turning using the front of my skate. Now I'm gonna do a back inside 3 turn. That means I'm turning using the heel of my skate. All right, so we have toe, heel, over the toe, over the heel. Every time our foot is rocking forward and backward, okay? And we're gonna keep that free foot behind us. All right, let's try it on the other foot. So now it's time for the 4th and final version of these bracket 3-turn combos. We're now gonna go on our left leg. We're gonna do the left outside edge bracket, followed by the left inside edge 3-turn. In my opinion, this is the hardest of the 4 different versions, but you might find it differently. I am right-handed and that might affect this, but this is definitely my hardest one. Save the hardest for last. I want you to practice all of them, okay? Don't just skimp out because you think one's hard. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing, just on the left foot. So pushing onto that left outside edge, right foot is at the heel, arms are checked, core tucked under, nice and strong. And we're gonna go bracket, 3-turn. Woo, that is hard. Bracket, 3-turn. Ah! Bracket, 3-turn. There we go, just need to warm them up a little bit. All right, so that is the left forward outside bracket, followed by the left back inside 3-turn. Outside edge bracket, inside edge 3-turn. Outside edge bracket, inside edge 3-turn. Practice all 4 versions. All right, skaters, I hope you enjoyed this footwork video. I'd love to see all your brackets and 3 turns on Instagram, so make sure you tag me at Skating Coach Julia so I can check out your videos. If you enjoyed this, please do give us that thumbs up. And as always, I look forward to reading all your comments in the section down below. If you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell down in the corner so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.